Hi, I'm Curtis Harvest, and this is our digital story.
I'm Milton Lemma, and basically, we making a digital story about Latinos and education and how they say that there are gaps between the education and Latinos between the other groups. One of the most important parts of any country is obviously education. The United States is seen as the international benchmark for many things, and unfortunately, education is not one of them. Large gaps remain between racial groups, and Latinos have often been left behind by the system due to a variety of factors. But despite these factors, Latinos are making significant improvements when it comes to education. The attitude towards education is changing, with Latinos being more likely than whites to say that a college degree is essential to get ahead in life. This change of attitude has seen high school completion and college attendance rise, which is actually a really great thing. Prestigious schools such as Harvard are seeing record high admission rates for Latinos, which shows the quality of the current education.
According to the US Census, Latinos contributed to population growth in 2012 more than any other ethnic group. Over 75% of these people were native born. With this rising rate, it is unsustainable to maintain the current education gap. The census also revealed that only 23% of Latinos had a bachelor's degree or higher level of education, compared to 28% of the total adult population. The trend shows that the native-born Latinos are more proficient in English, which would help immensely. This can relate to a higher amount of native-born Latino students enrolled in high school and college. Also, second and third generation Latinos are 3 times less likely to drop out of high school.
Comparing two reports on this issue shows an American view against an international view. The New York Times article, "As Latinos Make Gains in Education, Gaps Remain," gives a more positive outlook on the situation purely through the headline. It points out the fact that there is progress, but once you get into the article, the overall outlook doesn't agree. The opening 2 paragraphs paint a picture of large-scale success before the rest of the article claims the harsh reality. Though it is true that Latinos have made the largest gain out of any groups, they still trail behind whites, blacks, and Asians in enrolling for college in the months after school. They also are behind these 3 groups in attending a 4-year college and also attending college full-time. This is down to a variety of factors, including higher levels of teen pregnancy as well as poverty. Despite being last in all these groups, Latinos are at a current high in college attendance post-high school. The dropout rate is also at an all-time low.
Now compare this report to Al Jazeera's 6 decades after Brown ruling, US schools still segregated. This report on the same topic has a more rounded opinion and less of a US-based bias. It goes into much more detail, which shows through its 5 main subheadings. These headings highlight key issues that are not discussed at all thoroughly or even at all by the New York Times article. These 5 headings include the big picture, which covers how this issue is affecting the entire nation and not just certain areas. It highlights that Latinos are now the minority with the highest enrollment in schools. The next heading is segregated communities. This explains that a reason for this inequality could be that the communities aren't diverse and mixing. Because of this, the schools are obviously going to face the same fate of not being diverse. The last remaining 3 headings cover the socio-economic divide, quality of education, and segregation by charter.
The issue of Latino education and its equality is a major one, as these reports show. I must say I agree more with Al Jazeera's report, as it does constitute American bias like the New York Times. Progress is being made, and that is important. But when you look at the facts and statistics, the gap shouldn't still be as large. With Latinos becoming a larger, more prominent part of the population, they should be getting the same standard of education as any other race. Al Jazeera highlights that there is still a long way to go until this happens.